In the bustling town of Oakville during the mid-19th and early 20th centuries, the Urquhart name was synonymous with dedication and compassion in the field of medicine. John Urquhart was born in Scotland in 1802. He started out as a teacher. In 1830, John Urquhart arrived in Toronto via New York. He originally wanted a job as a school teacher, but was unable to find much of that type of work. Because of a cholera outbreak, John abandoned his teaching ambitions and assisted in the local hospital as an apprentice to a doctor. He studied hard and accompanied the doctor on his rounds on horseback. After 2 years, he was able to attain a license to practice medicine in 1832. He and another doctor opened a drugstore in Muddy York, but the business failed. In August 1834, he was put in charge of a new hospital set up on Oakville's west side of the 16-Mile Creek to treat cholera and typhus, also known as ship's fever. He remained in Oakville when the epidemic subsided, and in 1835 built a combined apothecary shop, surgery, and dwelling, to which he gave the name Medicine Hall, a popular term during this period. The Medicine Hall was more than just a pharmacy. It was a sanctuary of healing, where patients could find not only remedies, but also the personal attention of a dedicated physician and chemist. Shelves within the shop were lined with jars of tinctures and potions, many of which Urquhart had meticulously crafted himself. He also kept live leeches in jars which were used to treat many different ailments. In 1844, Urquhart's son, also named John, was born in the very same medicine hall that his father had founded. Young John grew up amidst the bustling activity of the apothecary, absorbing the skills and wisdom that would one day define his own medical career. But young John Urquhart had preferred the life of a sailor, and in 1860, at the age of 16, ran away from home to go out on the lakes. But before John Urquhart Sr. died in 1867, he had the satisfaction of knowing that young John had bowed to his parents' wishes and entered upon a medical career. He got his medical degree from the University of Toronto and returned to practice at Oakville for a time before going to Edinburgh to get his license in 1882. In 1898, Dr. Urquhart was elected mayor of Oakville. In 1933, when he died at the age of 90 in the house where he was born, Dr. John Urquhart was reputedly the oldest practicing physician in the province. 3 walls of the medicine hall were lined with shelves holding rows of labeled jars and bottles, both glass and ceramic. Small bottles containing curative drugs and tinctures were arranged near the counter where Dr. Urquhart mixed and filled prescriptions. He also manufactured all of his own pills. He measured out mysterious powders and liquids on his brass scale, and the ingredients would be mixed and either wrapped in small white papers with ends turned neatly under or bottled. A few stools were provided for customers who waited. The medicine hall was active for almost 100 years, but eventually closed. In the town of Niagara-on-the-Lake, the Niagara Apothecary Museum stands as a testament to the rich history of Old World pharmacies. This National Historic Site, owned by the Ontario Heritage Trust, has been meticulously restored to its 19th century splendor, allowing visitors to step back in time and experience the atmosphere of a traditional apothecary. As you step through the doors of the Niagara Apothecary, you can imagine the same sights and sounds that would have characterized the medicine hall in Oakville. Rows of patient medicines, from hair tonics to consumption cures, line the shelves, hearkening back to a time when pharmacists were true alchemists, mixing and concocting remedies with a mortar and pestle and even making their own pills. Visitors can experience how these old pharmacies operated with artifacts and displays that highlight the role of apothecaries in early health care. The preservation of this location ensures that the legacy of practitioners like John Urquhart and his son are remembered and celebrated. Looking for more great content like this? Why not check out the Oakville Historical Society's website, YouTube channel, or Facebook and Instagram pages.